This is Niels on Dynasty. Please like, share, and subscribe. Buy some silver, some platinum, and some crystallized osmium. And be kind, helpful, and grateful because it's better than being a jerk. Don't listen to me. Everything I say is to be taken as bullshit. This is for fun and nothing more. But having said that, let me go straight to share screen to talk about the least performing of the stocks that I had given good advice on, which is Clean Air Metals. And let me get my mug out of the way here. No, that's not it. 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 Dang nabbit. I messed up. Let me do this again. Okay, share screen. That's stock there. Okay, obviously I can't take my picture off of it, but that stock there. I started talking about that, telling you a couple, 4 or 5 months ago. It was at 0.35. It's come close to double in 3 months, 4 months, somewhere around there. It is the least performing of the stocks that I gave good advice on looking at for your own due diligence. Hey, what's up, Andrew? Another one. This one's really not that good, but another pick that I had made that is actually more than one. This one right here is blowing my mind. Let's go to 1 year. Okay, when was it? Right around here somewhere is when I was telling you to start looking at it, when it was in the 20s. Less than, let's see, let's take April, May, June, July, August, September, October. So in 7 months, it's added a lot. $150. 1,600% in the past year. That is out freaking standing. What's up, Mo? What's up, Attila? It is up 1,600%. It's outrageously good. Another one I was looking at that I was like, holy cow, I didn't realize. I haven't talked about them in a while, and I didn't realize they were doing as good as they are. Last time I talked about this one, it was in the lower 40s a couple weeks ago. It's now at 55. Let's go to max. Now let's just do 1 year. 1 year, it's up 209%. Right around here somewhere. Probably around here, around April-ish is when I said start buying it. Probably a little earlier. It was probably around 18, 19, somewhere around there. It's now up for the year 209%. I mean, if you get in the right stock, if you get in the right crypto, if you grab the right precious metals, right amount of precious metals, and you know about these things, there is some money to be made out there, people. I'm amazed in the energy sector. Those aren't the only two in the energy sector that are taking off. Those are just two that I was looking at that I had given advice to look at for a possible addition to your portfolio. Hey, that pleases me greatly. Pleases me greatly to hear that people are making money, because I don't have the financing to invest in these things. I still do the research, so I don't see a problem with letting other people have the information. I just hope that you guys actually, over the past couple of months, see that the information I've given is actually fruitful information. And having said that, there are some picks out there still to come. It has gone up. It has gone up. Let me get back here to this chart. Right here. The share screen. This is for William, just walked in. And hello, by the way, William. It is up to almost 7 cents. Let's go for 1 year. Back around here when I was talking about it, telling you guys to buy it around April. So you've doubled your money if you invested when I gave you the good advice to look at it for an investment. Now, what's happening with the company? That's another story. I actually have, thank you for asking. I have an email I have not read to anybody. Let me get my folders here and see if I can't pull it up. World Platinum Council, World Platinum Council, World Council. What? Sure I have an email from them. Where's it at? I got a lot from the World Platinum Council. I can't find. I had an email from World Platinum Council, Ninja Platinum Council. Damn it. I don't have it. Let me check one more folder here. Under that folder there, let me see. I work for design workers, all Netflix, television. Let me look under Platinum. It might be in that. Clean Air Metals. Haha. Here it is. This is a July of this year. I don't think I gave you guys this information. It's the latest news. Let me go ahead and get it up here on shared screen. Latest news for Clean Air Metals. Let me get back over here. Someone can. What's up, Jeffro and GIF 2842? Oh my God, dude. We are in the third year of a projected 9-year shortage or deficit in platinum. This past 3 years, they haven't mined as much as they sold, and they're anticipating a deficit till 2029. I've been telling people platinum squeeze has been on for quite some time. That's why I was mentioning to people about it. Anyhow, let me see if I can't get this bigger for you guys. Right on. You're up. You're up still. Okay, now back to Clean Air Metals. I know you guys can't see this, but if I take my picture off of the screen, you won't be able to hear me. But basically, latest news: escape deposit. Well, let's start at the beginning. Clean Air announced today its upcoming 2025 summer drilling program. Blah 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 blah. An initial 900-meter hole targeting one of 3 newly identified ballroom-type coincident magnetic and conductivity anomalies will commence this week, which is in the end of July. They drilled in these and they found more platinum in the vein that they're exploring. Right now, they're an exploration company. They did the paperwork in June, actually, May or June, to convert from being an exploration company to an actual mining company. And they're making all the right moves for that to happen. So that's why I suggest their stock's going to only go up. The escape deposit is a key contributor to the Thunder Bay North project, representing approximately 40% of the total metal content of the estimated 14 million tons of indicated of resources. IN 43-101 technical support on Thunder Bay project of Ontario, Canada, SRLR Consulting Canada, blah blah blah, containing 2.4 million equivalent ounces of platinum. So far, they've estimated 2.4 million ounces, not to include, where is it? The newly identified ballroom type. So they're going to get 2.4 million with what they've discovered. They did 3 more drill holes in July, end of July, beginning of August, and those numbers have raised up because it says here newly identified ballroom type coincident magnetic and conductivity anomalies will be commenced this week. They actually found, quiet Gandalf, they actually found more platinum in that vein. The scape down part, this is what they're talking about here. This is the scape down areas, the current conductivity, the scape line, and the Unitsted, whatever the hell is it 22.5 kilometers down. But basically, so far, you guys quit it. They found 2 solid veins. This one here is the new one because they drilled here, discovered this, came over here, discovered that. Then they just discovered this big old thing. So that's going to add to the 2.4 million ounce number. Figure 1, airborne total magnetic intensity map with wireframes of escaped current conductoids as determined from drilling. The escape grid with seismic sensors shown in white. That's this right here. If you see the cursor, it says current conduct and escape conduct. That's basically some of the most purest platinum on the planet. Figure 2, here's another look at it. Location of newly identified ballroom type. This is what they're talking about, the new ballroom type. Coincident magnetic and conductivity anomalies within the module. Plunge down extensions of the escape deposit. So at first, what I was saying when it was going sideways is this right here. This is a sideways drilling, and the new drilling, I was wrong. It wasn't this anomaly. It was this anomaly here that they were drilling, because they thought this one here came to an end. That these are the 3 new drill holes that they're going to do, that they believe have platinum in them. But in their 3 drill holes that they did do, they discovered this right here. Nope, my backwards. They had it there. They discovered this. Reverse everything I just said. Blame it on dyslexia. Hey, they even have it highlighted in red. I must be stoned. So this is the anticipated drill of the. So they're adding about 40% more to that 2.5 million. That's just an estimate. Let's see if they give us numbers. An initial drill hole at the bore hole EM survey planned to test target BH2501, which is this one right here, which is a continuation sideways of their downward. Actually goes down to 600 meters. This target coincides with the borehole EM anomalies identified at historic drill holes in this area. An additional, it ties 300 meters to the east of the easternmost drill, defined as an escape deposit that hosts the escape high-grade zone, which is right here. Newly highly conductive anomalies. These are the high-grade zones they're talking about. And then it gives all kinds of funky, okay, basically 99.8 milligrams, I guess, grading of 1.89 some grams per ton of palladium, 1.4 tons of platinum, 0.69 of copper, 0.35 of nickel, and then they give the depth of the downhole for that one, for this one, including their 19.2 millimeter of a 4.09 grams per ton of palladium, which is very significant, actually. That's very good. And here we go, 2.9 grams per ton of platinum. That's some high grade platinum. And they just added about 30% to, well, actually, no, this is one of the number 1 drill hole. Number 2 drill hole has platinum at 1.4%. No, that's not right. Where's the grams? The platinum. Okay, here it is, 2.6 grams per ton on drill hole 2. So it's almost as good. And then the drill hole 3 was almost 2.3 grams per ton. And they've got millions of tons to excavate. So let's see what else they have to say here. The figure, Travis MTD2 section outlining target. Potential ballroom zone. Prominented low restrictive area, whatever that. Oh, that's the borehole 2501. So they've already done the magnetic anomaly, the potential ballroom, another potential ballroom zone, which is high grade, 2 to 3 grams per ton of platinum, along with palladium, nickel, copper, and one other chemical or mineral they mentioned. Geographical scientist delivery appears ballroom type targets. And then it goes into about, anyhow, that's the newest thing I have on clean air metals. Sorry, let me go back here. Okay, Gerald hopped in. Hello, Gerald. Let me get up here. Pete, repeat. Sorry, guys, 79. I was reading that. I wasn't looking at chat. So, yeah, there's a lot of good things happening for clean air metals. all these new discoveries they're making. That's one of the reasons why their stock price is going up. But it's not going to shoot up there right now. They're not a mining company. They're an exploration company in the middle of transforming into a mining company. So when it transforms into a mining company, let me go out back here and show you what's going to happen to the stock. Max. There we go. Okay, go back here, share screen, show you guys what's most likely going to happen with Clean Air Metals. This stock I'm showing you here is the number 2 platinum miner on the planet. Okay, this is Max. So apparently they opened up in 2000, October 1st or October 31st, Halloween, 2008 at $10 as a mining company. So when Clean Air Metals transitions from an exploration platinum palladium miner to, or exploration company, to a mining of the minerals they've captured through exploration, I would anticipate their stock jumping up to $10 real quick and going all the way up to, I don't know, what's this, all-time highs in the mid 30s in 3 years. So you can anticipate that kind of growth actually higher, and then it'll come back down and go up, and it'll follow a traditional platinum mining company's stock chart. That's what you have to look forward to. Will it follow it exactly? No, it'll probably be better because the grade amount and the amount per ton is so much higher. So it's going to be a more valuable mine. So it should actually do better than Impala Mine. No guarantee on anything. Do your own due diligence. I do not give financial advice. This is just good advice. I put things together. I show them to you and expect you to do your due diligence and make appropriate financial moves on your own after consulting a financial professional, which I am not. I stated that from a disclaimer at the beginning. But I do give good advice. And that's what this stream started out with, was I was highly impressed, as Gerald will be, at NNE added 17% today. In one day, they added 17% so far. It's like, wow. OKLO added 18%. While all these other things are going down, this is just a reaffirmation of the fact that if you do due diligence, you keep your eye on the markets, all of them, because they all connect together in one way or another, you can pick winners on downturns. Yeah, anyone who took the good advice I gave is really doing well right now. I can tell you that, while everyone else is crying. Oh, everything's going down. No, it's not. Just everything you invested in is going down. You know what that tells me? That tells me if they listen to a financial advisor, I would not listen to a financial advisor. I'd listen to people who give good advice and not financial advice, because every financial advisor down there is probably wrong. They're going down in the red. Unless they told you to add the energy sector, add platinum and silver, and add ZBCN and these other ISO, or actually SWIFT 2.0 cryptos. And in that one statement, I just mentioned 3 solid asset classes: stocks, crypto, and precious metals. Diversification in the right sector of each one of those asset classes. Man, if I had, I'd be up almost 18% just invested in the energy sector, excuse me. I saw Ninja do a report this morning. Everything's down. Everything's down. No, it's not. Oh, and here, I'm going to use you guys for this one. I'm going to get your help. If I can find it again. There it is. This stock right here caught me fancy. Didn't catch me fancy. It came on my radar. I was just scrolling through shit, and for some reason, it came on my radar. I have not done any research on this one yet. What's up, Pete? But let's go to all time. It's a Canadian car company with some new kind of electric car thingy. Let's go to all time. Okay, look at that. Back in 2022, it was $529. Do your research. I did a little bit. It's now at $21.30. Now, if you come down a little bit lower, the Lucid Group is expanding its operations with new sales and services in California and commencing deliveries of its Gravity Grand Touring in Canada, despite its recent 20% share price rally. The company faces evaluations, debates, and challenges meeting production targets amid a competitive EV market. So you need to look at the EV market. If you look at the EV market kind of closely, you'll find out that China is subsidizing and America is subsidizing the EV market. America is cutting back on subsidies. So the EV market's not going to be doing that well. China's already cut back on their subsidies. A lot of their car companies have fallen, failed, and they haven't told you about it because everyone thinks they're doing good when they're actually not. So EV sales are going to go down. So I'm not sure if this is a good one or not. If you guys want to research into it, it's LCID. I have done no research on it. It looks intriguing. I'm going to have to do a deep dive because and the reason why is because of its, let's see, Gravity Grand Touring. I need to find out if that's a technology device they're using or something. Like I said, it came across my radar and I was like, huh? And I had to look at it. So I'll let you guys do some research on that one also. I appreciate you listening, Pete. What's up, Andrew? Yeah, it might be due to reverse splits. Indeed, William. That's what happened with MJNA. It started out at $3,800 a share. They did 1,001 stock split, meaning that if it hits goes to an all-time high, it'll go from 0.0003 to $38 a share, not 3,800. But comparatively, at 0.003 to $1 is one hell of a gain. It's much less going back to an all-time high on that one. And that one will happen shortly after weed gets reclassified from a class 1 felony to a class 3 felony. Because at that point in time, financial institutions and banking industries can invest in that industry, which will instantly, anytime you open up a new industry, if it's a good one, money floods in. Money floods in, it drives up market cap. Market cap, if you listen to Ninja, is what he looks at for his investing in the crypto market. Part of what he looks at is market cap to see, where the price range will go. So when you have a new market cap being new money coming in to an industry, it's building a market cap. So that means whatever the price is now only has growth to it. The more significant growth you get through my experience in doing the stock shit, the lower the price, the better the chance it has of 1,000xing it, 100xing it, 10xing it. It's hard for a $70 stock to 10x it. It's real easy for a quarter of a penny stock to 10x it. So when it comes to return on investments or value of your wealth, which I spoke about on a deleted by YouTube show I did live stream a couple of days ago, the value wealth move is to do the penny stocks and find the ringers, or what you believe to be the ringer, and stick with them, because $20, 100x is $2,000, to where $20 in a $70 stock, if it 10x's it, it's only $200. And the likelihood of that happening is very unlikely, to where the likelihood, especially when you have a new market opening up. The market opening up, even though the market has been around for a while, it's the weed market. And I say it's opening up because it's going to be opening up for the financial sector to invest in it. So any weed stocks out there now only have retail investors, not industrial and commercial investors and bankers. So when the Trump comes out and makes weed legally nationally, then what happens is all that money flows in from these institutional investing firms, and that's a lot of money driving up the market cap. Market cap determines price. So that's how I look at it too. And the same way Ninja looks at it, basically. I'm cropping out, Thiran, and hello, thank you for being here. I'm probably going to get a little over 3 pounds off that one big plant. And that's not even including the other 3. So I overdid it this year for personal grow, but I challenged myself to see if I could grow a big one, and I can. So that's cool. It was a personal achievement met, but my God, the work involved and that's just overwhelming. I don't suggest anyone grow big plants unless you got lots of room for drying and curing. Oh yeah, that's going to be the next big thing. And actually, the exploration of minerals, rare earth minerals, has already been being done as we speak. As a matter of fact, several new deposits have. It's just a matter of money, and that's a matter of regulations. That's why you look at the administration in charge. Well, just so happens now, the administration in charge is cutting 10 regulations and adding 1. Okay, that sounds like a deregulation of 90%. So that's going to, from a regulatory cost standpoint, it's going to bring the cost down of mining rare earth minerals as far as a regulatory standpoint, and probably, well, definitely from a regulatory standpoint, it's going to bring the cost down by 90%. That cost will flow down, savings will flow down in other industries as well as their regulations get waned and they don't have to spend as much extra money to do things. It'll make it cheaper to mine the rare earth minerals. That's coming up. So you do want to, as Gerald's pointed out, you definitely want to look at the rare earth mineral mining companies in America. They're going to probably do well. I've not done deep dives, but right off the bat, they're going to do very well. I don't know if they'll do as well as the energy sector as far as the nuclear NNE and OKLL, but they will definitely do well. I mean, especially if you get in from the start. Obviously, you get it in when it's at a penny. You have bragging rights at that point in time. When it's at $1 or $2, you'd be like, yeah, I got 100 of them for $1. I bought in at a penny, threw $100 at it. Now I got some. You have to pay $5,000 for the same amount I got for 100. So you have those bragging rights if you get in early, along with pulling profit, getting your money out, and letting all the rest ride and enjoying life. I told you, man, NNE, in my opinion, will be the Berkshire Hathaway of the nuclear market, nuclear part of the energy market. Even though OKLO is throwing out stuff similar to what NNE is doing, they're the front runner. They're gonna hit the wall eventually. And NNE is covering all their bases and will definitely be the benchmark of nuclear energy companies, small modular reactor and micro reactors, in my opinion. This is not financial advice. It never has been. Yes, that will come. They will definitely be paying dividends once they get up there, man. It'll be like, again, I compare it to, and I don't have a crystal ball for the future, but I compare it in the energy market to what Berkshire Hathaway is to the stock market. It's going to have its hands in every bit of that industry, it gives them the most solid foundation for a company that's out there, in my opinion. And it's only my opinion because I don't give professional advice when it comes to financing. Because their whole company, William, is okay. Rice is a division of Rolls-Royce, which means that that's not the base of their company. It's a division of their company. Even though they can funnel funds into it and grow it quickly, they're not doing that. That's the big difference. If they were, Rolls-Royce company has more than enough funds to open up and follow the NNE program, but they don't want to. That's not their business model, because Rice is a division of that large corporation, and they're doing just fine. They're making money. They're stockholders. It's a matter of economics. They're content. Their stockholders and board members are content with the direction they've taken that company, and that's good for them. They don't want to be to where NNE is getting into the nuclear fuel manufacturing. That's going to be a division of their company, just like RYSEY is a division of Rolls-Royce. Well, NNE look at it as Rolls-Royce, it's going to roll out a division for the nuclear fuel, a division for transportation of nuclear fuel, which means not only their company, but they're going to be supplying other companies with the transportation of these fuels and the fuel themselves. So they're wrapping up two parts of that market. They're looking at the space industry, also getting fuels and stuff up there, which covers the Rolls-Royce division, because they signed up to England's government to make a small modular reactor for a moon base. They don't have the they're not building the infrastructure in their company to be able to supply it with the fuel, the resources to get there. NNE is building a more solid foundation for all tentacles of the nuclear industry that's being built right now. They are starting a division of their company that hits each one of those markets and will lead that market. That takes more time and money to develop, to where OKLO has only gone down two roads: the building of the micronuclear reactor and the creation of the fuel source for that reactor. Their business model is different. So they're more focused on those two things. So they're going to go further faster, but they're going to stall out at a certain point. They're going to stagnate for longer because there's only focus is those two things. And that's where I say that the nanonuclear energy is going to go further, because they're building a better base of diversification of the whole industry of the nuclear market. And no other company that I've looked at is doing that, which will make them a leader in that marketplace. Not that the Rolls-Royce division is not a good one. It is. It's just their economics for their business model doesn't want to maximize the potential they have at their fingertips. I don't really know why they're not. I mean, as a business, I would imagine it would be to make money and stay innovative and on top of it and stuff like that. But they don't want to do that, or they don't seem to want to do that. So that's why. I mean, it could change. Rolls-Royce has the money. They could jump in faster than hellfire if they wanted, but it takes like 6 months to a year to get them rolling, because they are a big company. They got board meetings, all this other stuff. So again, NNE, with their base formula of a company, is geared already to overtake Rolls-Royce, even if they did throw money at it, because they're streamlined. They're perfecting their model to where Rolls-Royce will be creating a model that's being perfected by NNE. Seafarer Explorer. Ooh, that's a good one too. Let me see. I haven't heard any. Actually, I think they're up like 8% today. Let me double check that. SFRX chart. I think they're up 8%. Nope, 5%, 6%. They're still down. Let me show. This is another great stock, man. I just love this one. It's got a good history behind it, as far as it's not supposed to be there. And it still is. And then you look and you find out who's working with them, and it explains everything. All right, it's at like 0.0019, which is not bad. It's actually only 2 zeros, not 3. So it's actually doing better than a couple of the others. Let's go to Max. Boom, Max. Look at that. Back to 2004, December 1st. They were at $6.80. They have not done a stock split. Their whole game, let's see if it's down here. Oh, they do dividends. Cool. Probably small as hell. They're small right now. Exploration Corporation. Interactive Start. Trying to see what the company does. I mean, I know what they do. I'm trying to get a web page that'll show you guys. Here, let's do this one. This one might be a video. Might not be. Nope, it ain't. And it doesn't say. Yeah. What Seafarer is they're a company that is perfecting the technologies of underwater detecting of precious metals, basically. And they are perfecting the technology of being able to drill into reefs, little 6-inch hole, and be able to extract billions of dollars of sunken Spanish treasure out of the billions and billions of dollars that we know for a fact are underneath the reefs in the Gulf of Mexico / America. I'll check into that one, William. I'll check into that one. But what Seafarer Explorer SFRX is doing is they're working with the federal and state regulators. And that's why their stock's been at zero for 20 years and they're still in business. I think the federal and state government want them to stay in business to perfect their technology. Because once they get their technology perfected, they will be the only company in the world that will have permission from countries in the Gulf of Mexico, start with, or Gulf of America, to be able to drill into their live reefs that draw them in millions, multi-millions of tourist industry money, and they'll be able to extract the billions of dollars of treasure for which each one of those countries gets 10% of because it's in their territorial waters, which means they'll be more than happy to allow a company who can extract that metals into their reef system as long as they don't pull a Mel Fisher and use dynamite and blow up the reefs to get that treasure. And that's why we have not had sunken treasure discovered in the Gulf of Mexico / America since Mel Fisher, because every country in the Caribbean, the Bahamas, and the Gulf of Mexico / America made it illegal to mine with dynamite their reefs. So Seafarer Explorer came together with the idea to be able to mine reefs without destroying the reef, acceptable to all the countries in the Gulf of Mexico, Caribbean, and Bahamas, that there are known treasures that cannot be gotten to because of rules and regulations of those companies. So the federal government regulators and state of Florida regulators have been working with Seafarer Explorer. They're working in what's known as the Gold Coast of Florida on the west coast. It's a 30-mile stretch with 17 known Spanish sunken ships, and they're perfecting the technology for which they're real close to. And when they perfect their technology, they will have the only contracts to extract tens, if not hundreds of billions of dollars worth of treasure. If they only get 1% as a collector for their services, their stock will easily fly. They have been at zero for 20 years. According to Wall Street, after 5 years of a non-performing stock, that stock gets pulled off the stock market for drawing the average down. If you look at the stock market, they always pull non-performing companies off the stock market and put in good performing companies so they can keep the average going up from 18,000 to 46,000. That is how they do it. So when you find a company that's been on listing for 20 years non-performing, question why they are still there. And it's not because of some fluke, oh, someone forgot about it. You know, after 20 years, you see this kind of shit, especially federal regulators are working with the company. So they're there for a reason. My in thinking is that one in MJNA and these others that have been at zero for 20 years are what I will call a ringer. And what that means is throw $100 at it and see what frail happens, because I think you're going to be real happy within a year or two on both of those stocks. Same with ZBCN. That one's a totally, it's like the digital version of the same, not company wise, but the format. They're going to be a Visa of the digital world. They're going to be big in 3 to 5 years. They're going to grow big time before then, but they'll 100 exit, 200 exit in 5 years. They're part of the ISO 222 and also part of the SWIFT 2.0 system, so they're going to do very well. Yeah, it's the same thing. That's why I mentioned, Gerald, it's sectors. You can't put blinders on or you're going to lose. I showed these stocks because Ninja's not in stocks, so his people that follow me are losing these options because Ninja's into certain asset classes. I'm into those asset classes too. I'm just a little more expansive, you know. He's got in-depth great information. Not dogging him out at all. Ninja's a good friend of mine. Love him to death, but he just doesn't do stocks. That's all, and that's no big deal. I fill in for him on that end. I do just as good a research and make probably better calls. Don't tell him I said that. Yeah, I know he's into the. I know. I mentioned to him to get into clean air metals, CLRMF, and he will, because when I told him to get into platinum when it was an 870, 890, he went out and bought 20 ounces of American Eagles. So he takes my good advice seriously. Having said that, that also might want to, since I know like William and others like Jeffro, my subscribers will come in here and say, yeah, you know, Neil gave me a good pick. It's doing good, blah, 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 to give me, you know, credibility. But the Economic Ninja took my advice. I tried getting Andy Schectman and Rick Rule and Bill Holter to take my advice. They chose not to. Guess who's crying now, huh? The fucking PM professionals. Why? Because they didn't want to listen to the Prince of Platinum. And that's cool. I got into online debates with all those guys. No, not with Bill Holter. I never got a hold of him. He said he hated platinum. I wanted at him. I was like, you are so misdirecting the American people, brother. You call yourself an American and you're discounting this and you're saying it's trash. Oh my God, I wanted to debate him big time. Never could get on a live stream with him though. I was able to get on a live stream with Rick Rule a couple of times and was able to change his mind about platinum. I was able to get online direct live with Andy Schectman and have him at least admit he doesn't know about platinum because he doesn't care about it. It's not that big of his part of his business. And I did inform him that it needs to be because he'll make a lot of money. And I have told a couple coin shops throughout the years, they need to start slowly but surely increasing their margin of holdings in platinum so that they can profit later. Those companies that listen to me are profiting. You know what there you go, baby. That's what I'm talking about, man. I'm happy to hear that you took advantage of it, man. I am so happy to hear that. That just thrills me to death because my principle of life is if you everyone rises together. You know, there are those out there that can rise on their own greater than all of us, but the ones I feel are the greatest, the ones that raise everyone with them. And although I can't take advantage, I've said many times, of these picks and things, I can't not give you guys the information to where you can't profit from them. My day is coming. God's going to grace me and give me what he intends for me to have as long as I do his will. And his will is to help every other else who will listen to make financial decisions based off of things that other people aren't talking about for you to look at for your financial decisions. Not that I'm giving advice on finances. I do not give advice on financing, but I do give good advice on money, on wealth, on value, preserving and growth, doing things like arbitrage. If you had 5 years ago had an ounce of gold, by God, trade that son of a gun in for platinum as soon as possible. Had you done that 3 months ago, you could have gotten 3 ounces of platinum. You do it now, you get 2 ounces of platinum and 12 silver. So that means you could have made $900 profit just by trading gold for platinum 3 months ago. You're not doing anything other than arbitrage. And that's cool. It collects dust for a few years. That's what it's for. I mean, nothing happens overnight. If you can get a hold of a YouTuber that'll tell you something and the next day it happens and he does it consecutively, he's probably going to jail for insider trading, for one. And for two, he's probably an alien, not a human, because I don't think anyone knows that much about the future. There's a lot of people out there that see pathways and patterns, such as myself, but to make every call right, I mean, like my call with MJ&A, it hasn't come through yet, so it's not right. It's still a wrong call because it hasn't come through. Seafarer Explorer, same thing. It hasn't come through yet. I believe they will. Until they do, they're not good calls. But now all the others I've made are good calls. So the chances are these are also the good calls. Just wait till Betelgeuse explodes and we can see it in the sky. And when you look up at Betelgeuse, and you'll be able to see it in the sky when it goes supernova. Maybe if it happens in our lifetime, it most likely won't. But if it happens in our lifetime and you look up, know that when you see Betelgeuse, you just got fucking hit with molecular platinum. Because the molecules that create platinum are created from a supernova, and Betelgeuse is going to go supernova. and it travels at the speed of light. So that means as soon as we see the light, those particulates of platinum and gold and silver and other minerals that supernovas create will be hitting us at a microscopic level. Also adding it to the soil. Part of the life cycle of the precious metals. Honest opinion, within 2 years, it'll surpass gold's price. Within 2 years. If you look at 1932, gold was $31 or something like that. Platinum was 40. 1933, they've revalued gold. They didn't revalue platinum. They revalued gold to 33. Platinum was still more expensive. So looking at history rhymes, doesn't repeat. The platinum price has been manipulated since about 2012, 2011, 2013, somewhere around there. From what I believe, and I've shown evidence in my videos of China's interference in the marketplace. And quite frankly, BRICS now has control of most of the platinum market, so they control the pricing. There are economic enemies. They have need of platinum. One way we can affect their economics is to find a platinum vein here in America, and that breaks their platinum manipulation on price. And any contracts they have to buy multiple millions of dollars worth of platinum will obviously turn around. And instead of like China buying 3.2 million ounces of platinum last year at $1,000, this year they're going to have to buy it at closer to $2,000. That's a lot of fucking extra money. So the manipulation is coming to an end, and the price of platinum will go up to twice the price of gold, the historic average. So if gold gets revalued to 20,000, I anticipate platinum being 40,000. That's the facts that I see. So buy platinum. You know, the only mineral right now that we are mining space for, can anyone put down in chat what that mineral is, what that metal is? The only one that we don't have enough of on Earth. We don't have enough of on Earth, so they are mining space for it. What metal is that? It's not gold. It's not silver. It is platinum. Now, any person with a thought process could say, well, wouldn't that mean it's real rare if we have to go to space to get it because we've already mostly mined it off of the planet Earth? And your answer should be yes. It's very rare. It's very valuable. And then your next question should be, why isn't it valued more than gold? Dun, dun, dun. Price manipulation. I've proven that, in my opinion. I've proven where the price manipulation comes from in platinum. It comes from BRICS and China and the One Belt Road Initiative. And I've also shown, and you can do your own research, that in a 10-year time period after the signing up on the One Belt Road Initiative by South Africa, their gold mines lost $5 billion. How does gold mines, some of the largest in the world, all of a sudden start losing money? Well, people don't care if they're only looking at charts and fake GDP numbers. Like I think Andy Schekman tries to push the GDP of South Africa being so great. It's actually bankrupt, believe it or not. I don't know where he gets his numbers from. But yeah, platinum. I would buy platinum over any other metal other than silver. And that's only because the price is so low on silver, and the markup, even if it only goes up 5 times what it is now, it's still pretty good. And to be honest with you, there's a psychological barrier. People can't see platinum being worth twice what gold is, even though it is going to be. It's real hard psychological. I mean, I've been telling people about space mining for platinum since Astor Furch started talking about it. Now he's got one up there doing it, and the price of platinum hasn't been changed yet. In a real world that's unmanipulated, if you have, let's just use eggs. How high did eggs get? $1 an egg? Imagine if they kept going up and up and up because the eggs were becoming more scarce and more scarce. So we had to go outer space to get eggs. How much would they be? Why is it not like that for platinum? That is not a normal price ratio for the use case. It is so manipulated. It's to me, it's I could see it for 1,000 miles away. Like, holy cow, that's manipulated. Look at that. You see that? That should be 50,000 times higher. And something Someone's got their foot on that thing's head, and that's platinum. They have suppressed the price. And that's why I'm excited about Clean Air Metals, because Clean Air Metals stated they're not going to start mining until the price of platinum goes back up to normal or close to thereof. And they haven't started mining yet, and it's already gone up $900, 50%, over 50%. So it'll jump another 100% before they actually get everything ready at Clean Air Metals to actually pull ore out. And that'll put the price of platinum at about $3,600 by the time they pull ore out. So if that's the case, their stock price at that time should be about $10. And right now it's, what, 6 cents, 7 cents? That's why I suggest that it might be taken as good advice to buy some right now. And then they'll start paying dividends. And if you have like 10,000 shares and they pay a 10 cents a share, and you have 10,000 shares, you're going to get $1,000 of free money. And if you don't have that much invested now, then they're paying you back for what you got invested just through dividends. And then you can leverage the stock and value increase to do other shit while getting your money back yearly from dividends. It's like a win-win-win-win for about 5, 7, 8 years. It'll be a win-win-win-win-win-win-win. And then you got to, you're going to have to adjust into something else that's not, because everything changes. It says here, ATM, your device is not connected, brother. I do see you, and I'm trying to click you in to get up here, but it says your device is not connected. So if you pop out, maybe refresh and try and come back in, it might allow me to bring you up on stage, brother. But I do see you and want to bring you up. I'm not doing it. I'm getting a sign saying device is not connected. And then we also got to look at, what's that? We got to look at the digital marketplace. All the mines, everything's going to be digitized, so you'll be able to resell it. And that's going to re-innovate the actual brick and mortar business part of the company that's doing the digital stuff as well as the physical stuff. So they're going to be bringing a lot of money, and there'll still be growth in the old African mines. So they will actually be able to recover the profit they've lost over the past 12 or 13 years. At least that's what they're hoping for. I know a guy down, he wouldn't tell me who he works for. He works for all the mines doing some interesting stuff. But he works for all the platinum mines down there and all the platinum miners. And he was really excited about digital platinum, but really couldn't tell me about it. But that's what I figured out. I hope ATM tries to get this conductivity together where I can get him up here. I'd like to have a discussion. I hope everybody in here starts making money off. And even though NNE is 50 some bucks, dude, I got laid off today for some stupid shit. So I had the guy fired who laid me off because it was over stupid shit. So I was looking forward to having that job for another 3 weeks, in which case I would have invested $1,000 or gotten 20 shares of NNE. Because at 56 bucks, I still consider it a good value. And I say value over wealth increase because it's a good value that will bring wealth increase. Yep, those are ISO 222 compatible cryptos. XLM actually went down a little bit, dude. You heard what, Pete? I didn't say nothing about Sasquatchy. I haven't even shown a family video today. Although I did see a good one. It was the final war between the squirrels and Sasquatch. It was a 22-minute video. Yeah, it's in the ISO. All three of those are in the ISO family. And I believe also in Swift 2.0. I'm not sure about HBAR, but I believe it might be. Oh, yeah. This is the story behind it. I was talking to a welder when we were talking about news stuff, and it was a general conversation. And, you bring up the Palestine, Gaza, Israel thing. And this dude came up out of nowhere, interjected himself into our conversation, saying he was Palestinian, and started yelling at me. So I was like, okay, well, we're ironworkers. Since we don't know how to talk like civil human beings, if you're going to interrupt someone's ongoing conversation by yelling, I guess you can only, understand people yelling. So I gave him back. I started yelling back at him facts about Palestine. He finally, after about 5 or 10 minutes, shut up and walked away. And I finished my human adult conversation with the gentleman I was talking with. And apparently he went over the foreman's head straight to the superintendent and said that I was being racist and all this other stuff because he was a Palestinian. And the superintendent called the hall and said, we're going to release this guy. And I said, oh, that's cool. Do you want to hear my side of the story? And he was like, what? I was like, yeah, no one asked me anything. It's the first I've heard about it. So I said, okay. I called him out. I said, first off, I'm going to need his credentials proving he's Palestinian and he's not lying just to get me fired. And then I'm going to need to talk to my lawyer. And I started this shit going. And they're going to fire him for starting the shit. But I'm still fired. For what reason? I have no clue. I guess I'm fired because he wanted to get me fired by lying, and it was effective. And the only recourse I had was to get him fired as well. So yeah, welcome to fucking Neil's world, huh? Yeah, it sucks. I was looking forward to, having a good paycheck for 2 to 3 weeks. But yeah, just because some liberal out there wants to support a supposed country that supposedly voted for a terrorist government known as Hamas and avidly supports that internationally known terrorist government, and I get fired over it here in America? Dude, my PTSD kicked in. I'll tell you this much. That motherfucker better not be at the hall tomorrow when I go down there and sign up, because I will ask him to step off the hall property, and I will have a discussion with his face and my fist and maybe my foot, knee, and elbow. You want to support Palestine and get me fired? Okay, you supported Palestine. I no longer can eat. Thank you. Wop, 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 wop. You can no longer fucking stand, punk. No, I'm not going to do that. I am upset. I don't sound upset, but I am upset. I'll get over it here in a couple hours, because I needed that work actually. But anyhow, yeah. Please, since Pete brought it up, I mean, I was having fun with it because I'm trying to make light of it. But if you could say some prayers that I get some work, that would be awesome. Since the devil just hit me for sure, because it was and the guy's not even Palestinian. It's like, wow. Dude, gosh. Yeah, I know. I'm probably going to get my channel taken away for saying that word. But you know what? It's not like I'm making money at this anyhow. I'm just giving you guys great advice. Good advice. No, we'll change subjects. I really don't want to talk about it because it's still kind of fresh. Touchy subject right now still. I need about 24 hours. Yeah, that's what I just did, Gerald. But yeah, so back on to, let's see. We talked about platinum, silver. We all know that's manipulated. We talked about mining space for platinum and how Astroforge is actually doing that right now, because we're in a third year of a deficit in platinum extraction from this planet that's going to last till 2029 at least. Some projections say 2032, which means that there's going to be a platinum squeeze on for a while. I don't know why anyone wouldn't buy it. Seriously, don't know why anyone wouldn't buy it. With the numbers and statistics that the World Platinum Council is giving out, there's going to be a shortage till no less than 2029 in platinum. Theoretically, that should drive the price up. So, according to all the numbers, it's a good investment, better than gold and silver, because neither of them are being mined at a deficit. In other words, they're not pulling out as much as they're selling. I think we're down to like a 3 months above ground supply of platinum before there's no platinum left for sale. Yes, I said that right. A 3 month supply of above ground platinum for sale right now. If it gets purchased by a big buyer, there's going to be no platinum for sale on this planet until they mine more and get it back from the smelters. And if you watch my videos on the time consuming effort it takes to smelt platinum, it'll be a couple months before anyone gets any platinum. That'll skyrocket. So, get some platinum now. We're so close to that edge. If you don't get it, you're going to regret it. Get in where you fit in. Make sure it's platinum. No, we don't talk football here. You go to Nichols' channel and talk football. I don't do sports on my channel, or gambling, or a lot of things. Clean Air Metals is definitely at less than 7 cents a share. If you want a bonus check every year in 2 years, 3 years, consider each share you're getting will pay you at least 10 cents in dividends in about 2 to 3 years. And get as many as appropriate. How big a yearly check do you want? Get that many shares now because it's cheap. Cheaper than the dividend they'll be giving out. That's how cheap it is. And that right there, again, gambling is a big business. If they get accepted for that, their price is going up. That's just a fact. I don't like gambling. I don't like that stuff. But economics is economics, and there's lots of money in that stuff. So if they got that going, they are going to their crypto price of ZBCN is going to skyrocket. I don't understand the last statement, Gerald. But is watch the F out FanDuel. Oh, maybe I took one too many hits. But anyhow, yeah, that's why we're doing this live stream. I had some time, hopped online after I found out I got fired, and started looking at stocks, and I was like, holy cow, both NNE and OKLO are up 17, 18% today. And I was like, my goodness gracious. So I had to go on and talk about it because silver also, 52? Let's take a look at silver. I mean, it's for percentage wise, it's not that great, but I don't need a silver chart. I'll go to these guys. They got everything you need. 52.43. Holy cow. It's a good day for everyone who's been crying about not getting money on silver. Now you got to ask yourself if the people are selling or what, whatever. But here it is right here. Gold is 41.11. Silver is 52.43. Platinum is 16.37. Palladium is 14.66. And look at the price differential for rhodium. The bid is 71. The ask is 75.50. That's one hell of a difference. The rest of these are semi-reasonable. Palladium, like $60. Well, now it's not. Now it's only $40 difference. But it's only $20 for silver, or $10 for platinum, and less than a quarter for, yeah. Palladium and rhodium, I mean, they're going up, yeah. I'm not in those particulars. But silver's at over 50. Everyone should be happy. Why aren't people drinking right now, getting drunk, saying, "Woo, I'm a millionaire! I went to the moon." Yeah, that's 1/3 of what the. Let me see what the general stock market, the Dow Jones, did. Yeah, it's flat. Actually, it's down a little bit. Let me get you this. Overall, if people are looking at Dow Jones only, the big average, here it is. So, yeah, see, 12, 13th. No, I guess it's up. Yeah, from 45 to 46, 45, 6, 40, 45, 5 to 46. Yeah, it's up a little bit. And that's where you look at the asset classes difference, because if you go to the crypto market, it's down. And if you see the cycles, like what my buddy Ninja talks about, cycles, you know, it's all on how you look at things. And people have been saying for a while that when crypto goes down, stocks won't go down, and vice versa. So you should, anticipate these plays. Or at least be diversified for these plays is a more accurate and proper statement. Excuse me. Be prepared for what the inevitable swings will be between the asset classes. And you can really do good if you pick, like I said, if you get the right ones. You do your due diligence, you listen to the right people, get some good advice, do some due diligence on that thing, look at it, and see if it's for you. And if you get the right ones, like like the ones I've been talking about, you can do well. And that's what I want to see for all you guys. I want you guys to do well. If you do real well, cool. But I don't want to see people hurting in this crash, and that's why I'm doing this. I want people to be as prepared as you will listen to me to be prepared at. And I hope you take advantage of it. Yeah, back to precious metals, So, like I said, I'm into all these asset classes, and what I believe for my own personal self are the right ones in these asset classes. That's why I don't say buy gold, as I'm not going to, but I know some shit about gold, and yeah, that little bit that nugget I'm gonna keep to myself. Exactly, Pete. Go into it with enthusiasm. The attitude has a lot to do with the outcome. I mean, you might not think so, but trust me, it does. I mean, you have a good attitude, you might lose, but if you have a bad attitude and lose, it's a lot worse. You see what I'm saying? On a basic layman's thought process there. So a positive attitude always is better than a negative attitude. And being prepared and not scared, yeah, indeed. And actually, I'll even go further than that. It's not even being called prepared, because your grandmother was not a prepper, yet she had, at least both my grandmothers, one lived in Scotland and one lived in Pennsylvania, and both of them had pantries with months of food supplies. So apparently that was the thing to do around the world, at least the English speaking world, 50, 80, 100 years ago. That was just the thing to do. Somehow we forgot, and now we're calling it get prepped, get prepared, be a prepper. And that discourages people through the verbiage. It's not being a prepper, it's being smart, saving money. Things go up in time. If you know you're going to buy the same thing week after week, buy a lot of it this week. Store it. It's not prepping. It's called being frugal. It's called doing what your grandmother did to save pinch. Was it? What's that saying? Save a penny, save a dime, something like that. They were big into those sayings because they worked. I knew old ladies saved ties from bread, the bread wrappers, those ties that keep them shut. And she used them for all kinds of things that saved her money on all kinds of stuff. Those little ties that tie up the bread wrapper. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I got a little something saying. You say it was life. I say it is life. And those that aren't living right aren't living a real life. They're living in the leveraged, expectorial mindset of a life. Having a pantry. I mean, hell, I don't even have really a house, and I have a stove of about at least a month and a half, 6 weeks worth of food. And I'm not at all a prepper, at all. But anyhow, I didn't want this to go this long, but I'm glad it did. Got a lot of conversation in. Too bad ATM didn't come back up. That sucks. If you're out there, ATM, I'm sorry about that, bro. Please try again on the next stream, not this stream, because I'm fixing to end this one. And wish you guys a good day. And throw a prayer out there that I get a job and get some money coming in off of this snafu that happened. Snafu is situation normal, all fucked up. It's a military term. Anyhow, you guys have a blessed day. God bless America. Everyone here, be kind, helpful, and grateful, and be the best you can be today. And peace out.